You're listening to Audiology. Support our work on Patreon and be sure to submit your requests for topics in the comments below. In the 19th century, people debated a significant issue known as the German question. This debate was most intense around the time of the revolutions of 1848. It centered on finding the best approach to unite the many German-speaking regions. From 1815 to 1866, there were about 37 independent states in the German Confederation, all speaking German but not united under a single government. There were two main ideas on how to solve this. The Greater German solution wanted to bring together all German-speaking communities into one large state. This idea was mainly supported by the Austrian Empire and its allies. On the other hand, the Lesser German solution aimed to unite only the northern German states, leaving out Austria and its diverse ethnic territories. This second proposal had the backing of the Kingdom of Prussia. These ideas also went by the names Kleindeutschland, Lesser Germany, and Großdeutschland, Greater Germany, depending on the size and scope of the unification they envisioned. Both movements were fueled by a rising sense of German nationalism and mirrored other unification efforts across Europe like those in Italy and Serbia. Later on, during the Cold War, the German question took on a new meaning. It then referred to the issues surrounding the division and eventual reunion of Germany. When talking about Germany's political geography, it is hard to pinpoint a Germany proper because the area was historically split into different kingdoms, grand duchies, duchies, and principalities, each with its own ruler and government setup. Despite these divisions, there has always been a sense of national identity among Germans, pushing towards unifying these territories into one strong nation under a single leader. For a long time, the German Holy Roman Empire struggled as its power dwindled in favor of its constituent imperial states. The 30 Years' War significantly weakened the emperor's authority further, allowing the Austrian Habsburg monarchy and Brandenburg Prussia to emerge as powerful rivals, extending their influence well beyond the empire's borders. By the 18th century, the empire was a collection of over 1,000 distinct realms. The competition between Austria and Prussia continued through the War of the Austrian Succession, the French Revolution, and Napoleon's reign over Europe. When the Holy Roman Empire was nearing its end, the Habsburgs established the Austrian Empire in 1804. Then, on August 6, 1806, facing Napoleon's forces, Emperor Francis II stepped down from the Holy Roman Empire. The German Confederation was created in 1815 after the Congress of Vienna, not as a single nation, but as a league of sovereign states from the old empire. Discussions on how to unify Germany often hinged on religious lines and the influence of major powers. The Großdeutsche Lösung, or Greater Germany solution, favored a leading role for Catholic Austria, the most powerful German state at time, appealing to Catholic and pro-Austria states in the south. On the other hand, a Prussia-led unification appealed to Protestant, mainly northern states, as it promised dominance by the Protestant Hohenzollern family. Austria's varied ethnic composition, including many non-German-speaking peoples, further complicated matters, as did Austria's reluctance to lose these territories in a unified Germany. In 1848, a pivotal year, German supporters of democracy and national unity came together to form what is known as the Frankfurt Parliament. This ambitious group set out to unify all German-speaking regions under one flag. The assembly was split into two camps on how to achieve this. On one side, the more progressive members wanted a republic that included all German-populated areas, known as the Greater German solution. Meanwhile, the moderate liberals aimed for a smaller unification under a constitutional monarchy, excluding some large areas, termed the Lesser German solution. The Greater German supporters made a case for Austria to lead this united nation, given the Habsburg family's long rule over the Holy Roman Empire. Nonetheless, there was a hitch with Austria because it governed vast territories where people didn't speak German, like the Kingdom of Hungary with its diverse ethnic groups, and other regions home to Czechs, Poles, Slovenes, and Italians, to name a few. These non-German lands, not eager to join a German nation-state, complicated the inclusion of Austria in the plan. František Palacký, a Czech politician, outright declined an invitation to the Frankfurt Assembly, underscoring that the Slavic regions under the Habsburg rule shouldn't be dragged into German affairs. Furthermore, Austria's Prime Minister, Prince Felix of Schwarzenberg, insisted that Austria, with all its lands, must join any German unification proposal as a whole, refusing to ditch its non-German territories. As a result, some assembly members, and notably Prussia, pushed for the Lesser German solution, sidelining Austria to spotlight Prussia as the core of a new Germany due to its predominantly German-speaking population. Even though the proposed constitution allowed for Austria to join later without its non-German territories, the effort to crown Prussia's king as the emperor of a unified Germany fell through. King Frederick William IV of Prussia turned down the offer on March 30, 1849. The revolution ultimately didn't achieve its goals, and Prince Schwarzenberg's later attempts to unite the German-speaking lands under Austria's leadership also failed. Austria suffered a crushing defeat in the 1866 Austro-Prussian War, leading to a complete halt of their efforts. Following the war, Otto von Bismarck, the Prime Minister of Prussia and a key figure in German politics, successfully removed Austria from the rest of the German states, which he unified under Prussian leadership. This was after the Peace of Prague was signed. Although the Austro-Hungarian Compromise of 1867 tried to address ethnic nationalist conflict within the Habsburg lands, it only managed to provide a temporary fix. Bismarck did not stop there. He went on to form the North German Confederation, aiming to limit the influence of Catholics from Austria and Bavaria in what was predominantly a Protestant Prussian-led Germany. He cleverly used the Franco-Prussian War, convincing other German states, including Bavaria, to ally with Prussia against France, leaving Austria-Hungary out of the conflict. Prussia's quick win in this war helped decide in favor of uniting Germany without Austria, a solution known as the Lesser German solution. In 1871, riding the wave of his military success, Bismarck was able to keep Bavaria on his side and announced the creation of the German Empire. This marked the start of Prussia's rise to become the leading power in this new empire, completely sidelining Austria-Hungary, which remained its own separate state. Some people in Austria, Hungary, and Germany have always liked the idea of German-speaking areas in Austria joining a larger German country. This idea gained more attention after World War I when Austria-Hungary broke up, and a new state called German Austria was declared in 1918. People tried to merge this new state into Germany, but treaties like those of Saint-Germain and Versailles said no, even though Austrian political groups kept pushing for it. In 1931, there was an attempt to make a customs union between Germany and Austria, but France did not like the idea. Also, financial challenges made the plan fall through when money started moving around in ways that just were not workable during an economic crisis. Adolf Hitler, originally from Austria, had always strongly supported the idea of Austria and Germany becoming one. This goal was part of his party's agenda back in 1920. Once Hitler was in power in Germany, he pushed even harder for this merger. Italy, under Mussolini, was friends with Hitler but did not want Austria to join Germany and made that very clear. Austria tried to resist Germany by focusing on its unique history and culture, even calling itself the Better German State under Chancellor Kurt Schuschnigg from 1934 to 1938. Nonetheless, the idea of bringing all Germans together into one big country did not go away. Eventually, Italy got too caught up in its own issues, like its invasion of Ethiopia, to keep opposing the Austria-Germany merger. Finally, in 1938, Hitler managed to unite Austria and Germany, an event known as the Anschluss, despite it being against the Treaty of Versailles rules. This move was popular among the people in both countries and was backed up by a vote soon after. Unlike in earlier times, Austria became less influential than Germany in this new setup. Until 1942, this expanded Germany, which called itself the Greater German Reich, or just Greater Germany, included not just Austria but also other territories like Luxembourg, parts of Poland, and more. The name change to the Greater German Reich became official in 1943, marking the expansion of Germany's borders way beyond its pre-World War II limit. The idea of a Greater Germany came to an end with World War II in 1945. After the war, the Allies divided Greater Germany into West Germany, East Germany, and Austria. Austria gained its full independence back in 1955 through the Austrian State Treaty, which also required Austria to formally agree not to seek unification with Germany again. At the same time, Austria also confirmed its neutral status through another agreement. Additionally, much of what used to be Eastern Germany, primarily Prussia, was given to Poland and a smaller part to the Soviet Union, now known as Kaliningrad Oblast. Luxembourg, along with the Czech through Czechoslovakia and Slovenian regions through Yugoslavia, regained independence from German rule. Moreover, Germans living in Eastern Europe were forced to leave after the war. The division of Germany and how the Allies handled it played a significant role in the beginning of the Cold War. This situation led to a form of international relations based on both intervention and coexistence, leading to a period of relative peace after the war. Initially, Germany was split into 4 zones of occupation, which later evolved into two separate states, West Germany and East Germany. This division was intensified with the construction of the Berlin Wall in 1961 and remained until Germany was reunified in 1990. Following an uprising in East Germany in 1953, West Germany designated the 17th of June as the Day of German Unity to keep the desire for reunification alive. After the reunification in 1990, Germany's territory is more aligned with what was known as the Kleindeutsche Lösung, excluding the large areas of what was once Prussia. Austria remains an independent country. Due to the negative connotations associated with Nazism and a stronger sense of Austrian national identity, no mainstream political groups in either Austria or Germany support the idea of a greater Germany nowadays. Those few who do advocate for it are often labeled as fascists or neo-Nazis. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more content.